Hello and welcome to the Musical Instrument Investigator. Today we're on the website of French auction portal Intermarché and we're going to have a look at an auction by Sophie Renard Auctions. This is actually quite a sad auction really, to be honest, but I thought it worth covering. So this is a liquidation sale of the company PGM Couesnon. So for those of you that don't know, the Couesnon company have been around or had been around for almost 200 years. I think 1827 they started doing kind of various instrument manufacturing, maybe brass instruments and other things. I think they're best known for brass instruments, and they went into many different kind of instrument types as well. I think they covered like quite a lot of different stuff, and there were Couesnon and C at the time and loads of other different companies and brands involved, but a very big company, had massive amounts of factories and things at some stage. But anyway, in their later life, they were known as PGM Couesnon and still manufacturing, and it seems that times have not been good for them, and they went into liquidation, and this is basically what's left of the factory and whatever instruments and parts were left lying about up for sale. So a bit of a sad auction to look at, interesting from a historical point of view, but yeah, quite a sad one unfortunately. But yeah, we're going to have a look through. There are lots of instruments for sale as well as kind of general bench stuff and things that you can see here. But yeah, so we're going to have a look and see. So very sad to see the demise of musical instrument manufacturers, but we have an opportunity here to have a look and at least document some of this stuff, so we'll try and do this. So yes, a French auction, so bear that in mind if you're looking to buy something and you're based abroad. Import export fees, CITES restrictions, if there are any. I'm not sure there are on this particular auction. Looks like the buyer's premium is 23%, but this sale is finishing on the 24th of January. It's the 21st today, so a few days left to go before that ends. Before we get started, just like to say, if you do enjoy these videos, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing or turning on notifications. That would be much appreciated. If you do have any experience about the Couesnon factory or anything about their instruments, please feel free to comment. Like I said, bit of a sad one to be honest, but you know, let's take the opportunity to document it as best as we can. 266 lots, so quite a lot of it just furniture and stuff. But if there's any interesting machinery, maybe we'll have a quick look at that. So we've got some kind of general furniture here. It probably has a lot of history in its own right. Even the fire extinguishers getting sold there, so that is unfortunate. We've got kind of torches, oxyacetylene torches there. Nice workbench, so some of this stuff is quite interesting. If you're a crafts person, especially brass kind of instruments. Got a metal lathe there, Le Blonde. It's quite interesting stuff. Whole load of tools, vices and things like that. So like I said, predominantly a lot of metal working I think going on here. Sheet metal cutters, there's mandrels and things like that, you know, working on the bells and things like that. Cutting templates here, you can see all the different kind of, you know, instrument shapes here. It's a real shame actually looking at this stuff. Archives, industrial drawings, now that is the one that I think would be really interesting. Let's hope that someone buys these, because that should be in a kind of museum archive. So, you know, hopefully, I'm sure someone will buy that. Let's really hope they do. We've got some other kind of form stuff, stamping press, like that's a pretty substantial piece of machinery there. Look at all these amazing forms, like all of that, it would just be brilliant for like a museum. So it's a real shame. Some more lathes and stuff, more mechanical bits, stretching bench, all this interesting machinery for making predominantly brass instruments, bandsaw, hydraulic press, manual press there, Brooklyn. Wow, really old 19th century press. Look at that. Some of this machinery, it's really incredible. Yeah, it's a real shame. Let's hope that some of this can be saved. Crazy hardware drawers here. Some really interesting bits here. Like I said, there are instruments as well for sale. We will get onto those, but some of these machinery is really interesting. So bending workshop and templates there. Really fascinating. I said it's a real shame when stuff like this happens. More stuff here, cold rooms, all of this polishing stuff, general bench tools, massive hardware drawers. So even like the kind of microwave for the thing, it's just crazy. Scrap metal bits as well, interesting. Yeah, here we have some spare parts. These partly made bits of brass instruments and stuff like that. So real crazy amount of stuff there. 3,000 to 5,000. There's a lot of pictures here, so it's a whole load of parts there. All the brass, I mean, I presume that the majority of that brass is probably just going to get scrapped as metal potentially, I don't know. Got all the lights, scales, look at all these instrument cases there as well. Whole load of instrument cases, guitar case there as well. That's quite curious. So this is the last bits of this company, unfortunately, or maybe parts of it moved on. Who knows? So we've got musical instruments now. Bugle with 3 pistons, unpolished brass. Don't know how completed some of these are. I think they did restorations and repairs as well, so potentially some of this stuff needs a bit of work. Another Couesnon bugle there. Copper plated brass trumpet, B flat. Some quite nice stuff here, 100 to 200 on that. Another one there. Natural flugelhorn, I think they are quite well known. Marked Maurice Andre. Most of this stuff looks in good condition. Natural flugelhorns there, a few different ones. 50 to 100. Polished copper plated and varnished, quite nice. Cavalry trumpets here, 50 to 100, so a good opportunity to get some stuff here. Cavalry trumpets again. Silvered brass here, quite nice. Cavalry trumpets there. Yeah, I just can't get away from this overall negative sadness of this. It is quite sad when musical instrument manufacturers close down. Some more cavalry trumpets there. Like I said, so far some really interesting machines. It's the forms and the documents, the kind of the diagrams, the technical drawings. I really hope that someone does save those. Couesnon cavalry trumpets here, whole load, 50 to 100. Hope that most of this stuff gets saved and doesn't kind of get scrapped. Piccolo here, interesting, 50 to 100 on that. Let's see what else you got here. More piccolos here, 20 to 50. You know, it's part made. Piccolo trumpets, like an opportunity to get some really interesting stuff here. 50 to 100. More piccolo trumpets. There's no cornet here. It's an alto flugelhorn there. Flugelhorn even. Alto trumpets there. Cavalry trumpets. With a raised bell. Really interesting stuff here. All of these cavalry trumpets with raised bells. Whole load of them there. Couesnon bugles. Lots of different ones here. Silvered, brass, copper. Anything you could kind of think of here. Whole load of them there. 50 to 100. These look like older ones here. To be repolished, yeah. So it looks like they did some work on older stuff as well. Oh, this is interesting. Not seen that before. Black lacquered brass. Okay, that's an interesting one. Natural trumpet there with a horn bell. That's quite interesting. Some older ones here. Beginner trumpets. So a lot of stuff for sale here. Semi-pro trumpets there. So wonder if we have some higher end stuff here. Semi-pro trumpets again. Let's see, more semi-pro and silvered. Plated brass. And we've got brass horns here. Quite nice looking, 50 to 100. Another horn here. Nice selection of stuff. More Couesnon horns, all 50 to 100 there. French horn here, 50 to 100. Nice looking. More French horns here, 20 to 50. Natural horns as well. Here, different types of natural horns. See, you've got model, Gautreau, different manufacturers, kind of subsidiaries, all of that kind of stuff. Couesnon bass here with pistons. Quite interesting. 3-piston bass. Now we've got Couesnon monopole French horn, alto, polished silvered brass or nickel plate finish even. Really quite fascinating. Right, Couesnon bass. Sousaphone here. Missing its bell there, 50 to 100. Viral slide trombone, I think they did some repairs as well, so we might see some other stuff. Maybe this is one of their other brands, Viral. More slide trombones there. Couesnon slide trombones. Natural trumpet there. Some interesting stuff. Yeah, it's quite an interesting one. The Couesnon natural trumpets, these are pretty cool. 50 to 100, that would be really quite a good bargain if you could get it for that. Bass trumpets here. Alto sax horn there. Flugel horns. More flugel horns there. More natural horns. Natural horns there. Cavalry trumpets again, natural horns. Some with cases, some with not. Trombones. Another sousaphone here, with its bell preserved in its case. Traces of oxidization and marking. Interesting. Curious, like measurements going on here. Couesnon Ibora trumpet. That's interesting. Not sure what that is. 100 to 200 in B flat. That's a brand, I think. Trombones here as well. Slide trombones. Couesnon slide trombones. We've got some drums as well. PGM parade drums. I think, I think the later part of the company, maybe some of the earlier bits as well, they did make drums as well. So a few of the drums here. Parade drums. Bongos there. Bass drum there. Another bass drum. Portable drum quad stuff there. Presume that's like a marching set that you sometimes see. I think the Americans do those maybe more than others do. A lot of accessories, drum skins there, drum heads. We're on to the final page here. Accessories there, a whole load of mouthpieces. We saw that most of those instruments didn't really have mouthpieces, so this is where they all are. 50 to 100. I mean, that would be ridiculously cheap to have all of those mouthpieces for so cheap. These seem to be like the marching band music stands which clip on the instruments. Whole load of spare brass, 50 to 100. This looks like all parts of natural horns and stuff. I suspect all of that will just get bought as scrap metal or something if it goes cheap enough. Here's some covers for instruments, some cases for trumpets, etc. And it looks like we're getting closer towards the end here. Horn cases. So, whole load of parts of trombones and bits there. And we've got 2 gilded brass displays. Interesting. They're quite cool. Let's see what else we got here. Not sure exactly. Oh, are they selling? Oh, it looks like they're selling the actual brand. Couesnon verbal and figurative French brand, not enforced brand renewed under number. Okay, they're literally selling the brand and the classifications. Okay, interesting. That's pretty Pretty curious. PGM French brand. Okay, they're selling the PGM brand as well. 6,800. That's really interesting. Wow, this is a crazy auction. Okay, so you have the chance to buy the Couesnon brand here, I presume. Really interesting. And then the PGM brand. Wow, okay. This is, yeah, quite an auction. Got a Paolo Sopriani accordion here. Interesting. Right, it looks like another military bass drum here with some kind of eagle on it. That's interesting. It looks like it's quite an old one, that 50 to 100. That's nice, with glass tops, so maybe they've made it into some kind of table thing or something. That's really quite interesting. Some harmonicas, it seems. Wow, okay. Very, very interesting indeed. So that seems to be the end of the auction. Fascinating, yet extremely sad at the same time. So the end of a company, however, looks like the opportunity to buy the brand. So maybe we'll see them back again. Be interesting to see what happens there. So really curious auction. Link will be in the description as always. Please check it out and see what you think. If you've got any questions or anything or any comments, please let me know. Thanks a lot for watching. Really appreciate it. And I'll catch you next time. Bye.